Before continuing further, do subscribe to the channel and hit the like button now. Thank you. Let's continue. In the heart of the whispering woods, where the trees whispered secrets, and the stars twinkled like fireflies, lay the enchanted village. It was a place where magical creatures and humans lived in harmony. In a small, cozy cottage on the edge of the village lived a curious young girl named Elara. With her fiery red hair and emerald green eyes, she was known for her unquenchable thirst for adventure. Her best friend, Finn, a clever fox with golden fur, was always by her side, while Mira, a tiny winged sprite with a mischievous streak, often led them into unexpected situations. There was also Bram, a timid, yet wise badger, and Ludo, a boisterous young boy, who dreamed of becoming a great explorer. One chilly autumn night, the villagers gathered around the central bonfire, where Elder Rowan, the village storyteller, shared a tale of the Midnight Owl, a mystical creature said to know all the secrets of the world. The Midnight Owl only appears when the moon is at its highest, speaking in riddles to those brave enough to seek its wisdom, he said, his voice rich with mystery. Elara's eyes gleamed with excitement. What if we find the Midnight Owl? She whispered to Finn. Determined to uncover the truth, Elara, Finn, Mira, Bram, and Ludo embarked on their adventure. They followed the whispers of the wind and the glow of fireflies until they reached the forbidden clearing, a place shrouded in legend. The air was thick with magic, and the trees loomed taller, their branches twisting, as if alive. Are we sure about this? Bram asked nervously, his paws trembling. Mira flitted ahead, her wings glowing softly. Too late to turn back now. A sudden gust of wind howled through the trees, and a pair of glowing golden eyes emerged from the darkness. The Midnight Owl had arrived, its feathers gleaming like moonlight. The great owl peered down at them. Who dares disturb the quiet of the midnight hour? We seek your wisdom, Elara said boldly. The owl let out a deep, knowing chuckle. Then answer my riddle. I have no mouth, yet I whisper. I have no wings, yet I soar. I have no eyes, yet I bring sight. What am I? The group exchanged puzzled glances. The forest seemed to close in around them, the air growing heavier with an unseen presence. We need to think, Finn urged, his tail twitching. Maybe it's the wind? Ludo suggested. No, Elara shook her head. The wind doesn't bring sight. Suddenly, dark tendrils of mist coiled around their feet, creeping higher. The owl's golden eyes flashed. Time is slipping away. If you fail, you shall be lost in the whispers of the forest forever. The mist thickened, forming eerie shapes, shadowy figures, with glowing eyes. They whispered unintelligible words, growing louder, surrounding them like an impenetrable wall. Run! Mira cried, darting upward to escape the mist's grasp. The ground trembled as the group scattered. Finn sprinted ahead, his sharp senses guiding him. Elara! Think harder! He called. The answer? She muttered, her heart pounding. It's a book. A book whispers stories, soars in imagination, and brings sight through knowledge. The moment she spoke, the mist recoiled, with a deafening shriek. The shadowy figures melted into the air, and the forest was silent once more. The midnight owl let out a triumphant hoot. "Clever child! You have solved my riddle." The owl flapped its wings, and golden dust swirled around them, revealing an ancient-looking book on a pedestal nearby. This book contains the wisdom of ages. But knowledge alone is not enough. It must be shared and nurtured. Elara stepped forward, reverently picking up the book. As she did, the trees seemed to hum with energy, and the stars above shone brighter. As Elara held the book, the owl's golden eyes narrowed. Wisdom is powerful, but only the worthy may wield it. To prove yourselves, you must pass the Guardian's second test. The ground shook, and the book glowed, revealing a portal. The group hesitated, then stepped inside, finding themselves in an ancient maze of shifting walls and floating platforms. "Find the 3 keys of wisdom before the sands of time run out," the owl's voice echoed. The walls closed in, and Ludo barely dodged a collapsing section. Finn sniffed the air. "This way," he called. Mira flitted ahead, spotting the first key trapped in a puzzle of shifting mirrors. Light must pass through, she realized, angling the mirrors until a beam illuminated the key, freeing it. They raced forward, encountering a river of illusions. Bram hesitated. "Not all we see is real." He reached for what seemed like empty air, and pulled the second key from a hidden alcove. The final key was guarded by a sleeping stone beast. As Elara approached, it awoke, roaring. "Only truth shall tame me," it bellowed. Elara took a deep breath. "We seek knowledge, not power. We seek growth, not greed." The beast calmed and bowed, revealing the final key. As they exited the portal, the midnight owl nodded approvingly. "You have proven yourselves worthy. Take this book, share its wisdom, and let curiosity guide your journey." The village welcomed them as heroes, and Elder Rowan smiled. Knowledge and courage shape the future. Elara knew this was only the beginning. Their journey had just begun. The night after their adventure, Elara sat in her grandmother's attic, surrounded by dusty tomes and forgotten treasures. Her grandmother, Elena, was a renowned scholar of magical lore, and her absence had always been a mystery to Elara. "Grandmother spoke of a legacy," Elara murmured, running her fingers along the spine of an ancient journal she had discovered hidden behind a loose floorboard. Finn curled up beside her, his golden fur catching the moonlight streaming through the window. As she opened the journal, a golden locket fell onto her lap. Inside was a cryptic inscription: "To those who listen, the world speaks volumes." The words resonated with the riddle of the midnight owl, sending a shiver down her spine. Mira fluttered close, her wings casting tiny rainbows on the journal's yellowed pages. "What does it mean?" she asked, her curiosity matching Elara's. The forest itself seemed to hold secrets. That night, as Ludo and Bram camped near the edge of the Whispering Woods, the trees began to tell their story. Ancient roots emerged from the ground, forming intricate patterns that resembled a map, not of land, but of magical connections. Bram, whose ancestors had been guardians of these woods for generations, recognized the patterns. "These are not just roots," he explained to Ludo. "They're pathways of magical energy, connecting every living thing." In the Enchanted Village, the map revealed hidden connections, how the sprite communities maintained the forest's magical balance, how the underground networks of badger tunnels protected ancient magical artifacts, and how the fox clans acted as messengers between different magical realms. Deep within a hollow oak tree, the Sprite Council convened. Mira, typically mischievous and carefree, found herself summoned to explain the Midnight Owl's recent appearance. Elder Luminara, whose wings shimmered with the wisdom of centuries, listened intently. "The Midnight Owl awakens only when great change is imminent," she said, her voice like wind chimes. "The book you retrieved is no ordinary tome. It is a codex of potential, a record of paths not yet taken, of futures waiting to be shaped." Mira realized their adventure was more significant than a simple quest. They had been chosen, not by chance, but by a complex magical design. Finn discovered a startling truth about his own past. While exploring the village archives with Elara, he learned that his golden fur was no ordinary coloration. He was descended from the legendary fox guardians, magical beings who could traverse between the physical and spiritual realms. His great-grandfather had been a key mediator during the Great Magical Truce, which brought harmony between different magical species. This heritage explained his exceptional intuition and ability to sense magical disturbances. The book they had retrieved from the Midnight Owl began to reveal its secrets. Pages would mysteriously turn by themselves, showing glimpses of potential futures. Some images were clear, Elara standing atop a tower of knowledge, Finn guarding a sacred magical boundary, Mira leading a sprite rebellion, Bram uncovering ancient underground chambers, and Ludo becoming a bridge between human and magical realms. But other pages remained obscured, hinting at challenges and transformations yet to come. Elder Rowan called a secret meeting of the village's magical guardians. The arrival of the Midnight Owl and the retrieval of the Codex of Potential were not mere coincidences. Dark forces were stirring in the peripheral magical realms, forces that sought to disrupt the delicate balance maintained by the Enchanted Village. "Our young heroes have been marked," Elder Rowan explained to the council. "They must be prepared, not just with knowledge, but with understanding of the profound responsibility they now carry." As autumn turned to winter, the group knew their adventure was far from over. The Midnight Owl's riddle was just the beginning. The book, the locket, the magical pathways, all were pieces of a larger puzzle waiting to be solved. Elara looked at her friends, Finn, Mira, Bram, and Ludo, and smiled. Whatever challenges awaited them, they would face them together. The moral of the story is, true wisdom is not just about acquiring knowledge, but understanding its context, respecting its power, and using it responsibly. Every individual carries a unique potential, and when diverse talents and perspectives unite, they can shape extraordinary futures. Magic exists, not just in extraordinary abilities, but in the connections we forge, the empathy we develop, and the courage to explore the unknown. If you loved this story, please give us a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel, Learn, for more captivating tales. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.